everybody. Make sure you like and subscribe this video. Thank you. Hey people and aliens. You know which one you are. So this might be a very interesting topic. Why? Because there's so many types in our world, it could fill up the dictionary. Like bad boys, nerds, jocks, the perky ones, we love them all. There are plenty of guys out there. And there's always just that one guy who's tall and has bangs and a deep voice. And the one that just makes you melt from head to toe. Then you start dating him, you chill in his room, and then that's when it happens. Or when they have some weird cheesy pickup lines just to get us to notice them.
Hey, are you Google because you're everything I'm searching for?
It's kind of adorable, really. I'll give you an example. It started in the 6th grade. It was pretty weird because I was your everyday girl who had acne and braces. And then I was just walking around the school. I wanted to get used to everybody. But then that's when I found that guy. Freckles, bangs, and everything. Of course, I had no IQ on how to confess to some guy. So I was kind of nervous and like the noob that I was back then. I gave him a letter, but the problem was I framed my friend in order to get this right. I observed what kind of girl he would want. Maybe someone who's redheaded, or maybe who was someone who was just super popular, unlike me that day. When he found out it was my friend who tried to ask him, he thought he was gonna explode. But then when I told him the truth, he was totally blank and he looked down at his shoes. I was trying to pray that nothing would go past this. It was pretty awkward after that, and we wouldn't even glance at each other. Now, here's one that's a little bit embarrassing, but to be fair, this was for my friends, and I love my friends, so I had no other choice but to do it. In 7th grade, my best friend had a boyfriend, and when me and my other best friend found out, we went in full stalker mode ever since then. Me and her actually made a plan on how to sneak up on them. I know what you're probably thinking. What sick freaks would do this? Well, best friends, of course. We each set our own coordinates on the grid of the dance so we can make sure everything goes smooth. Because if there's one wrong thing that's messed up, it could ruin her entire relationship forever. And she's really sensitive, so I couldn't do that to her. We might have went a little bit overboard when me and her bought some roses and a teddy bear for him just to give to her. And as soon as I quickly ran to the bathroom door just to make sure and that she didn't notice me, I hit my face on the bathroom door and it felt like the whole world just smacked me in the face. I quickly ran looking like a hot mess and hid in one of the stalls. That's when I peeked over and saw my other friend confess to everything. And I was so nervous because I didn't know if she was going to look at our faces again. But to this present day, we were still friends ever since. Now, let's talk fictional. Back in the 2000s through the 2010, in my opinion, one of the best guy shows out there was either Wink Club. I'm sorry, but those guys, when I first saw them, I was just like, wow. And they were just all amazing in their own way. And when I first saw them, I tried not to drool because my mom was right behind me. And I was only like 7 or 8 when I first saw it. As soon as my mom left, I dropped my phone and I was just stunned. And I was just amazed because I knew they were probably like 16 or something, but still. Anyways, I have something else that's a pretty freaky story. So this is when I was probably 11 or 12. And this was when I was in daycare because my mom was always working. So there was this boy who was probably 8 or 10, maybe 11. And he was, I'm going to admit, a little bit of a stalker. When he first saw me, he thought like Halle Berry was just in his hands. I'm actually not kidding. He kept staring at me in the corner and I was just minding my business. A few hours later, we went to the table to eat our food. Then he tapped on my shoulder and he said, hey. I asked him what was up and he told me that this sandwich represents me. And I was confused for a second because I had no idea what that meant whatsoever. Before I could finish asking him what was that about, then he made out with the sandwich. And I couldn't figure out whether to run to the bathroom and puke, faint on the floor dramatically, or do both. both sounded like the better option. Each of us have our own reasons on why we like guys. It can be because of their personality, or maybe because of their looks, or maybe they're so muscular we can't even see their necks. Sometimes I get too scared to talk to guys, and most girls do, for two things. One, I'm a wallflower. I'm kind of quiet, and sometimes I'm a little bit afraid to speak my opinion. And two, I always stutter whenever I do. But don't take it the wrong way, I don't stutter to every guy that I talk to. Like one guy, I was helping someone with their work because they said they needed help. So what happened was pretty gross, and I'll just put this in dialogue to make it less boring. So what is it you need help with? I need help with these two questions. Oh, okay. I'll get my pencil. My pencil broke. I kind of have to... No worries. I'll just wait until you sharpen it. Thanks. As I was sharpening my pencil and just humming back there, I just found out the most disgusting thing. And he was picking his nose. And it wasn't even a normal scraping. It's more like he was trying to touch his brain with his finger. And he wiped it on the wall, and I tried to tell myself don't puke because this will cause a huge scene, and I just quickly ran to the trash can to spit. I know what you're thinking, you're so dramatic, but you don't understand. It wasn't even green. It was like a type of yellow, blue, greenish color. You see, I have an irrational fear of boogers. Hey, are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. I just felt kind of sick for a second. I wanted to say something, but if I did, I would have been known as the person who told on someone for touching their brain with their nose. This is the last one. My friend offered me some slime that I can play with, so it can calm my nerves for a test that was incredibly hard. So I asked my friend to see if my other friend can use it. When she said yes, I tossed this to my friend so he can check it out. I googled and said, "Isn't it satisfying?" "I think you're satisfying." What did you just say? I didn't say anything. Okay. Anyways, that's pretty much my experience with guys. Well, so far. I still have many things to learn about them, the weird ones and the hot ones. And thank you guys a lot for watching my video. Check out my Discord server. I'm lonely over here. Bye, guys. Anyways, that's pretty much my experience. I keep saying experience. I pretended I didn't hear him whatsoever, even though I did. And I was getting nervous and I ignored him for the rest of the day. Anyways, that was pretty much it. My experiment. Anyways, that's pretty much my experiments. I keep saying it. Oh my...